Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep are the makers of premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to suit your needs and conveniently delivered right to your doorstep. We've had our Helix Sleep mattress now for several years and we are getting terrific sleep. In fact, my entire immediate family has a Helix Sleep mattress and they're getting great sleep as well. We love that it was super easy to find the perfect mattress match using the Helix Sleep quiz. You just enter your sleeping preferences and it will find you the perfect match. No hassle, no fuss. For example, I'm a side sleeper. I prefer a firmer style mattress and I share my bed with my spouse who also took the quiz, and the quiz came up with the perfect compromise in the Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe. And we love it. I think what I love most about it in terms of an improvement from our old mattress, which we inherited and it served us well, but the springs were starting to wear out and every time anybody moved, the other person would know about it, but not with our Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe. All Helix Sleep mattresses come with a 120-night sleep trial to make sure you love it, a lifetime warranty, and if you live in the US, free shipping. Helix recently sent me their new Comfort Adjust cooling pillows, which my kids promptly pilfered. They both have one, but they like to steal one from the other. They've even given them nicknames. They call them Big Pill. Absolutely adore the Comfort Adjust cooling pillows, especially the Glaciotex heat conductive fabric. They also like that you can adjust the firmness of the pillow. One likes it very firm, the other not so much. And you can also adjust the height of the pillow as well. It's so great to be able to customize the pillow exactly for your needs. Most pillows are one size fit all, but your body is not. Invest in a pillow that will adjust to your body over time. So spring has officially sprung here. It's absolutely stunning. Everything is bursting. It is the perfect time for a refresh or a reset, and it's a great time to also consider a cooling mattress as well. So why not take advantage of Helix's Memorial Day sale? Exclusive partner offer is 27% off site-wide. You can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade. Big thanks to Helix for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, today I'm going to be unboxing and tasting an Australian New Zealand ration. I have not done one of these in a minute, but I have done many of them. If you are interested in meals ready to eat or combat rations, you should definitely check out that playlist. I'll put a link to it down below. I've tasted so many domestic and international rations. It's super fun. I am so curious to see what different countries prioritize in their ration packs, and it's really wonderful to compare and of course to taste. This is a CR1M, which stands for a Combat Ration One Man. So this is 24 hours of food for one person. I call this both Australian and New Zealand because I've been told about 50% of the items in here are actually New Zealand and about a quarter of them are Australian. So big thanks to my Australian lovely for sending me this ration pack. They also included this. Look at this. This is called the Rising Sun Badge. Isn't that cool? Let's see what we have. Right on the top, we've got some tuna chunks, creamer. Interesting. It's right on the top. Now the US MREs have all the sundries packaged together, but looks like this one is not. We have an instant mashed potato, bread. That looks very similar to the US MRE style, both in color and packaging. Banana and maple porridge. It says clearly on it, source of protein. Isotonic powder, biscuits. Oh, I love tubes like this. Sweetened condensed milk. Oh, look, we have Lifesavers and Musk. Is it half and half? I think I've never seen a roll of candy like this before. This is such an Aussie candy to me. Musk. M&Ms. Cheese in a can. In one of my apocalypse videos, I tasted this cheese in a can. Definitely check that one out too. But I love the size and the coloring of the package too. I love how it matches all the other packaging. Chocolate ration, citrus cake, protein drink, coffee flavor, another biscuit. Looks like this is Crispbread, so maybe savory. Another isotonic drink, another package of creamer. Ooh, Jack Links. That sounds like a US company. Beefsteak bar. And energy bar, caramel flavor. All fruit bar, raspberry. Another snack. Moroccan lamb. That sounds good. spaghetti bolognese. Plum jam to have with our bread. Oh, look at this. I love little canisters like this. So based on that little piece of emery, I'm gonna guess that there's matches in here. Oh, it's empty. There better be matches someplace else. Don't let me down, Australia, New Zealand. Ooh, sturdy spoon. I think that might be the sturdiest spoon yet. Look at that, solid. A Ziploc bag, tissue. And then we have a sundries bag, very similar to the US MRE. 3 hand sanitizing wipes, 2 tea bags, 2 instant coffees, 2 salts, 2 sugars, tomato ketchup, black pepper, Mentos gum, cute, a little scouring pad, I guess to scrub up your mess kit, 3 rubber bands. I love this. A tiny tube of Vegemite, a little package of Tabasco. I like the little glass bottles because they're resealable. This you could only use for 1 meal. Oh, this is cool. Can opener, so we can open our cheese. So it gives you all of the calorie breakdown and the weight of everything. I didn't get any water sterilization kits, nor did I get any matches. I have to say I'm very disappointed by that. Additional items common to all menus: a plastic spoon, a scouring pad, rubber bands, resealable plastic bag, can opener, hand sanitizer, safety matches 1. That's what's supposed to be in here. Since I don't have any matches and there's no flameless ration heater, I am supposing that these would often be consumed in the field cold. But if you were to warm them up, I imagine you would do it in your mess kit. That's why they give you a little scouring pad. But I'm gonna eat them cold, just to see what it's like. I guess I could heat them up using microwaves, but that seems like I'm cheating somehow. Let's begin with breakfast. I think we're going to start with the banana and maple porridge. By the feel of it, it's all squishy and you just shake pouch before opening. So you can just eat it out of the pouch. And let's have a coffee flavored protein drink as well. I'm going to mix it into 200 milliliters of water. I imagine you would do this in a canteen out in the field. It smells kind of like a cake mix. So let's whisk that up. I'm always curious about the hand wipes. I always want them to be lemony. Wow, that's not lemony. That smells like rubbing alcohol. Hand wipe, thin, stretchy material. And it's cold and it smells like rubbing alcohol. It's very fumey. Next, let's open our biscuit. Oh, so cute. Perfect little cookies. Let's make our instant coffee. Pour that into my cup. Pour my hot water into my coffee crystals. Oh, smells like camping. I like my coffee black, but in case you don't, you could add creamer or you can add sweetened condensed milk. And let's see what the banana maple porridge is about. All right. Ooh, look at that color. It doesn't look very appetizing. It looks like chunky peanut butter. Look, doesn't it? Like exactly. Happy breakfast, itadakimasu. Not my favorite. It's a little bit sour. I wonder why. I'm not used to having my oats cold. I know refrigerator oats are a thing. I have oatmeal every morning for breakfast, so perhaps that's why. And I always have it hot. It tastes like applesauce sour, that kind of tanginess. Not sour as in bad, but I like that it's not overly sweet and it doesn't taste of fake maple. Light flavor of banana. It's just a little odd. I think it would grow on me. All right, let's wash it down with some coffee. Oh yeah, that makes it a lot better. So let's try our coffee protein drink. It's kind of like a frothy latte. Cheers. Whoa, it's thick. Ooh, look, it looks kind of runny, but then when you drink it, it's kind of got a sliminess to it. And the coffee flavor is not very strong. Ooh, don't like that at all. This, on the other hand, the freeze-dried coffee tastes like camping to me. Bitter, not all that complex, but somehow it's great. Let's taste our jam biscuit. Here we go. Itadakimasu. That's breakfast. Ooh, hot. That's my favorite thing so far. The cookie is a little bit short, a little bit crumbly, but it tastes rich. It doesn't taste like a sandwich cookie. It tastes more like shortbread. And the jam inside is super flavorful. It's raspberry, and there's a nice chew to it. Really good with coffee. Fantastic. I would want like 6 of these. I'll have this for breakfast. Even though my banana and maple porridge says it's a source of protein, I feel like I haven't had very much protein. So I think I'm going to taste my beef steak bar right now. It's so uniform. It smells beefy and smoky. Itadakimasu. Whoa! It's so tender. Look at that. I think this has been tenderized with maybe pineapple juice or something. It's super, super tender and easy to eat. Nice and smoky, a little bit sweet, salty, but not too salty. When it comes to beef jerky, I'm sort of on the fence of whether I prefer the stringier type of beef jerky or if I like it really soft like this. I have a hunch that the beef that was used to make this beef stick was ground up and chopped up and then formed into this shape, so you have this nice kind of uniformity, and that also adds to the tenderness of the final product. I feel like this is analogous to Pringles potato chip versus a regular potato chip. Let's make our isotonic drink powder tropical flavor. Boom. Ooh, yeah. That smells like Kool-Aid. Tropical Kool-Aid. Kind of peachy, citrusy. Curious to see how this compares to the US MRE bread, which in my opinion is terrible. This is product of New Zealand. Oh yeah. Look, it looks like a Hot Pocket, but I'm pretty certain there's no hotness inside of this pocket. If this is anything like the US MRE bread, which it does look like it, it's pretty stodgy. In terms of just being dense and starchy. So I've found that if you cut it open like this, it helps. If you just thin it out, you know. So that's what it looks like inside. It's kind of yellowish. So with that, we can taste a whole panoply of things, including Vegemite, which I quite like. I like Marmite as well. This is yeast extract. I believe it was the dregs of the beer making process, and it's very, very salty and dark in color. I like to make a piece of toast, slather it with some butter, and then just the lightest scraping of Vegemite. So here it is coming out on its own. And you just put the tiniest little bit on there. Like that. And then with our Vegemite, we might also have some tuna chunks. I've seen these packs at the grocery store. Oh, this is not plain tuna. This is sun-dried tomato and herbs. So I will put that on another bite of bread. Let's open our Bega processed cheese. Put the blade like this, and then you rotate it to punch it in, like that. And you move it, and you rotate it. There it is. There's our Bega cheese. Kind of like Velveeta, but a little lighter in color. There we go. We got the Bega cheese, we got some Vegemite. Let's try the cheese first. Itadakimasu. That's actually not bad. It has a really strong milky flavor to it. Quite cheesy tasting, but the texture is very smooth and soft, just like Velveeta. It has a nice kind of cheddar cheese, tangy tartness to it, and flavor. Alrighty, let's try the Vegemite. I like Vegemite very much. It's intensely savory, and there's a kind of spice quality to it, lightly, but just almost beefy in flavor in terms of an intense savory taste, or soy saucy. The bread is better than I thought it was going to be. Although it is dry, it's a little springy, and it is pretty soft, even though it's somewhat dry. Let's try the Vegemite and the cheese together. That might be too salty. Great. The coming together of two lovely, savory, umami things. Excellent. Next, let's try the somewhat dubious looking tuna fish. Yes, in the US we say tuna fish. We don't just call it tuna, we say tuna fish. It's redundant, I know. I don't know why I call it that, but I've never had a sun-dried tomato and herb one before. Here we go, we eat the emmymes. Oh, like it. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, a little tomato flavor, and basil, I think. Kind of an Italian seasoning flavor to it. Maybe oregano. You can see the green bits. They're a little bit off-putting, but good. The rest tastes like tuna. It's got a fishy flavor. I like it. It's not too dry. Sometimes tuna straight out of the can can be kind of dry. This is not. It's plenty like moist and held together. Typically I add mayonnaise when I make tuna salad, and that kind of gives it a little bit more moisture and holds everything together. But this is great as it is. It doesn't need any mayo at all. Tasty. Did you know we just missed Anzac Day, which falls on April 25th and commemorates fallen soldiers of all wars in Australia and New Zealand. Cheers to them. Anzac, by the way, is an acronym for Australian New Zealand Army Corps. Alrighty, let's give our tropical isotonic beverage a drink. Cheers. Ooh, that's sweet. I would add more water. Tastes great. I would like it a little bit more sour and not as sweet, but that's easily rectified with a little bit more water. It has the viscosity of a Gatorade, a little bit thicker. It's sweet and a little bit salty, and it tastes of bubblegum and guava. Let's try Tabasco with the tuna fish. And we're gonna add some of that to that. Here we go. Why have I never used Tabasco sauce with tuna? It's so good. Tabasco is one of those sauces that's so easily recognizable. You could recognize it blindfolded. It has such a unique, smoky, tangy, fiery taste. Great. I had a moment of deja vu just right now. That was wild. Deja vu, deja vu. Nutty. The biscuit Crispbread. Look at that. They're not even broken. How perfect. Little stack. They're like cards. Well, it broke because I dropped it. Looks like it's like wholemeal. Eat the Lucky Mouse. Whoa. Crisp, dry. Just a little bit like rye. Not too flavorful. Not salty at all. But I think this will be a huge improvement. A little bit of cheese. Oh yeah. That's some good cheese. Tastes a lot like a sharp cheddar cheese. And these crackers remind me a little bit of water crackers, but with a harder crunch. Alrighty, let's try the plum jam. Look at that color. Looks a little bit like marmalade. Cheers. Oh, my kettle just turned off. Not too sweet. Nice and tart, jammy jelly texture, and good plummy flavor. Sweetened condensed milk. I'm gonna put that on my bread. Is that wild? Whoa, it just farted. You're supposed to put it on your tea? I'm not sure, but it's kind of good as a sauce. Sweet. And has the flavor of cooked milk. That one's almost crystallized, like kind of crunchy. Condensed milk. This is especially good on snow. Since I just had tuna for lunch, let's have a Mentos Pure Fresh gum. Yo, we have 3. That's great. I was expecting 2. They have little green flecks on them. Ooh, I can smell wintergreeny. They're soft. With nice candy coating on the outside and smooth. Very, very minty. Cool wintergreeny flavor. Typically, they put xylitol gums in these ration packs, and the candy coating is much crunchier. This one's a little more tender. I like that, Mentos. All right, lovelies, time for lunch. Let's begin with a drink. We're gonna make some tea, just as black tea. Add some hot water to that. And if you take milk, they have creamer and they also have sugar. I sometimes have a splash of milk in my tea, but most of the time I just have it black. And then we're going to have spaghetti bolognese for lunch. Comes in a retort pack and it's just squishy, ready to eat. Don't have to do anything to it. Okay, this one's gusseted, so I can actually stand it up. It says spaghetti bolognese, but it doesn't look like any pasta I've ever seen. Look at that. Does that look like spaghetti to you? I don't know, friends. Okay, let's dig down deeper. Maybe the spaghetti is deeper. This looks a little bit like astronaut food that I had in the tubes way back. It's like all pureed. Ooh, let's give it a taste. Itadakimasu. It actually doesn't taste too bad. The texture is a little off-putting because it's just mush. Really fine ground beef mushed together with sauce. Tomatoey, beefy, it's a little bit grainy in texture. There are tiny pieces of pasta in there. Tiny little flecks. I was expecting something to taste more like SpaghettiOs, which is a canned spaghetti dish that's served to a lot of children, but it doesn't taste like that. This is a little bit more adult in terms of not being so sweet. And this definitely has a lot of protein in it. It's almost all beef, but it's like more like a sauce. Don't love the texture of that. I'm sure this would be better warmed up. Ooh, on toast. On toast it would be better. It's like a beef sauce. Wash it down with a little bit of hot tea like this. This spaghetti tastes better. I think what I'm mostly missing is texture. Some sort of consistency, something for your mouth to chew rather than this kind of paste. Energy bar. This is a caramel flavor energy bar. Ooh, that looks like an energy bar, doesn't it? Itadakimasu. Do you remember Power Bars? Do they still make Power Bars? This immediately reminds me of Power Bars, that kind of generic shape of it. It's not too sweet, which I'm surprised about. I don't love it. There's some crisp cereal in there. A little bit of texture. Tastes a little bit like raisins. Not tasting too much caramel. It tastes a little bit like barf. There's like an acidic, dairy quality to this that makes me think of warps and vomit. Not great. This one's a raspberry. Hopefully that'll be an improvement to the caramel energy bar. Ooh, look at this. Wow, this looks a lot like the beef jerky. It's like a solid tube of fruit. Plain. Strongly smells of raspberry. Let's give that a go. Great raspberry flavor. Not too sweet, nice and tart. I like that a lot. It's like a very thick fruit leather. Great raspberry flavor. Love that. Let's try it with tea. Even better. There's a nice texture to this too. It's like chewy and kind of bouncy. Maybe some pectin. Like that a lot. Let's try these next. These are delicious. I love to make my homemade trail mix at home, which is just a combination of peanuts, salted, and regular M&Ms. Because I've learned that that's my favorite part of trail mix. I don't like the raisins. I don't want the almonds. I particularly don't like the raisins because they get coated in salt and the texture changes and they taste strange. And then all I want are just the peanuts and the M&Ms. So that's what I do. I make my own trail mix. Get on a tangent here. These look like American style M&Ms. The blue is very vivid, and as all the colors are. Oh, these seem a little different though. The coating was a little bit thinner. Am I mad? It seems like the candy coating is a little thinner. And the chocolate's a little different too. Now I have to do an international M&M taste test to see if US M&Ms taste the same as, yes, this is product. Oh, these are made in New Zealand. Whoa. Can someone confirm this, that The M&Ms in New Zealand taste slightly different than the ones in the US. Confirm, please. The blue looks like a slightly different colored blue too. Oh. Right, lovelies, for dinner we're going to have our Moroccan lamb with instant mashed potato. And this is gusseted, I believe. Oh no, it's not? Okay. Engineers, designers, this. I'm going to make it as directed, and I'm going to pour it into the package. Boiling water. 1 cup. Whoa. See, that's dangerous when it's not gusseted. Stir well. I guess you find a rock or something to prop this up against? Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe you would make it with your mess kit. Seal it back up. Put it in my measuring glass so that doesn't tip over. While that is cooking, let's make some more isotonic beverage. This is orange. Let's swizzle that around in my beaker. Smells like tang. Looks like tang. We'll find out if it tastes like tang. Now we're gonna open the Moroccan lamb stew. That sounds terrific. It smells great. It smells cinnamony, spiced, chunkier than the pasta. But I don't, oh, maybe yes, I think there are some garbanzo beans in that. Alrighty, let's give that a taste. Itadakimasu. It's like a cinnamon spice lamb stew. The lamb is very tender. There are chickpeas in there, which are very tender. I definitely prefer this one to the spaghetti, both in texture and in flavor. It's pretty good. I think it would be even better hot. So the stew probably would go well with a side of mashed potatoes. So those hydrated pretty well. They look pretty creamy. Maybe a little grainy. Let's itadakimasu. Oh, pretty smooth, but it's gluey. Ooh, I'm so hot. And they taste a little bit oniony, a little bit like sour cream and onion, but not the sour cream. They're not tangy at all. Just have a little bit of a chivy flavor. And the texture is very smooth, but pasty. Let's try it with the stew. It makes the stew a lot better because the mashed potatoes are hot. So it makes the stew a little warmer and it makes the stew less salty. Yes, the mashed potatoes alone are not good, but with the stew, they're great. Let's try the orange isotonic drink now. Cheers. Kind of tastes like tang. Tastes like artificial orange flavor, but it's not sour enough for me. I want there to be more citric acid. It tastes more like a melted popsicle. Of the beverages, I think I like the tea the best. Yeah, we have one more retort pack, and this is a citrus cake. Whoa, what is that? It almost looks like fruit leather. Look at that. Is that like the most unappetizing cake you've ever seen? What's going on here? Ooh, has a odd moistness to it. Listen. You hear that? It smells very lemony. It smells like Fruit Loops. Let's give it a taste. Itadakimasu. Oh no. No thanks. It has a very odd texture. Moist and dry. You can have both of those at the same time apparently. And it's not a good thing. It's sweet, has a little bit of a spice to it. Is there a little cinnamon? I'm not sure. Don't care for it. There's something kind of pomander-y, fragranced potpourri about it that I don't like in terms of flavor and in texture. It's very odd. Lastly, we have our chocolate ration. Ding! We get 50 grams. Let's see if it's dark. I hope it's dark. Oh, looks like it's gonna be milk. There it is. Our chocolate ration. In the way it snaps, it looks like it's gonna be milk chocolate. It's kind of like a Cadbury chocolate. Let's give it a go. Firmer than I expected. Very sweet, not too creamy. I don't think it's Cadbury, but it's kind of, it reminds me of Easter chocolate. Kind of light on the chocolate flavor and very sweet. and not that smooth. I'll take my M&Ms over that. Okay. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. Take advantage of their Memorial Day sale exclusive partner offer. It's 27% off site-wide. You can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!